If you clicked on this, you probably don't feel horrible, probably don't feel, extremely sad, extremely depressed, but you don't feel amazing either. You don't wake up every single day and say, yes, I want this. And like wake up with the drive, with the passion, and go to sleep thinking, yeah, this was a beautiful day. I'm gonna remember this. This is an experience that I'm gonna have and that I'm gonna look back on. That next week, I'm gonna look back on this day and say, I'm glad I had that day. 3 months from now, I'm gonna look back on it and say, it was a good day. 5 years, I'm gonna look back on this and say, I'm glad I had this. And I think the way to achieve this feeling fulfilled, to achieve happiness, is to become valuable, to become a high value person. And I'm not just like saying progress and achieve things, but what does value really mean? What does happiness mean? It means to have something of meaning for someone else. Like, if you were just here, it was just you wouldn't be valuable. The only reason why you're valuable is because there are other people in the world and they can learn from you. If you're on self-development and you're like kind of into this, right? A lot of people will say, just focus on yourself, focus on yourself. And I think that is absolutely true. I think the only way to help someone is to first be develop yourself. But after a while, after you've gotten to a good point in your life, you need to turn back and you need to help pull other people up. That's probably why I'm starting this channel, right? Because, imagine, just think about it. What's going to give you more fulfillment than knowing that at the end of the day, like when you go to sleep, I just saved someone's life. I just changed the course of another person's life for the better. How can you like not smile about that? So how do we develop ourselves? I think number one, you want to be pursuing your goals. You want to set goals 2 years down the line and then look back, what am I going to do this year? And then what am I going to do this month? What am I going to do this week? And then what am I going to do today? You want to make sure that whatever you do in a day directly correlates to your eventual goals. A lot of people think that, in order to be successful, in order to achieve great things, you have to implement something inside your life, when that's not true. If you want to be successful, all you have to do is remove from your life. If you look at a great athlete, it's not that they have something over you, it's that they have the lack of an off switch. They have the lack of like just stopping and, accepting whatever it is. They have the lack of accepting instant gratification instead of consistently progressing towards their goal of making it into the NBA or, whatever kind of league or whatever sport they're into. Instead of focusing on what you can add to your routine, why don't you just look at what you did today and say, whatever is not productive towards my goals, just remove that, completely remove that. Don't even have like, 10 minutes of this just so I could feel good about myself. No, just remove the entire thing by itself. If it's instant gratification does not make you feel fulfilled. It will not help you achieve something great. Alcohol, drugs, video games. You don't go to sleep thinking, I'm glad I had today. So why would you have that in your life at all? Whenever you're pursuing your goals, you're going to face challenges. And a key aspect of that is to be able to look at challenges and just to see them for what they are. You can't look at it and say, oh yeah, this is the end of me. This is the failure of my business. You have to just look at that and say it's a learning experience. You have to look at a failure and say thank you and say, I'm glad I had this now instead of later. And then finally, change your beliefs. I would not be here sitting in front of you, in front of the camera, unless at the beginning of my channel, when I didn't even have a single video, I told myself I was a great mentor. I was a great YouTuber. I had something that other people didn't have. I was doing well for my life, and I had something to give to other people. It sounds arrogant to say, but just say it in your head. Have this belief that you are worth it. If you have the belief that you're going to be successful, and I promise you that you are going to do well. And you can look at this from like a mental aspect of it, like positive affirmations, whatever. But if you look at also from a biological aspect, your your subconscious mind, it doesn't know the difference between imaginary and real. So if you tell yourself, or you really imagine, yeah, I'm a warrior. I'm gonna wake up, and it doesn't matter what challenges are thrown at me. I'm just gonna work through it. You know, I'm a successful guy. I'm gonna wake up, and I'm gonna make some money today. If you wake up and you say, yep, I am a great mentor, and you just get on YouTube, then I promise you that you will do well. The first step is not to have an optimized routine. The first step is to believe that you are actually what you want to be. Because once you have the power of, this subconscious mind, you can really achieve many, many great things that you didn't even dream of. So use these kind of things to help to develop you. And once you are developing yourself, look back on the people around you and say, how can I help this person? Because imagine if you just had a friend who was just looking out for you, like this high value guy who was just looking out for you, who wanted you to do well. Wouldn't you want them to be your friend? So why don't you just be that for other people? Achieve great things. Have this experience and give something meaningful to them. And I promise you, it's not just about them. It will make you feel happy. It will make you feel fulfilled. You will feel like this is just a beautiful experience. Hope you found some value in this. Go out and conquer.